Good evening, Soldier Boy here, and welcome back to Assassin's Creed Valhalla for Dawn of Ragnarok, livestream number 8, as we continue our journey through this DLC, trying to explore every inch we can. Hope everyone's had a good week and a good weekend. Firstly, I will start off by apologising. I'll get moaned at for apologising too much, but we did stream Genshin Impact the other evening. It lasted about 10 minutes, half an hour, something like that. I wasn't in the right frame of mind to do it. I should have just not done it, but because I hate cancelling something when I've said I want to do something, I went ahead, and that was a bad decision by me. It won't happen again. If I'm not into it, then I know in future not to do it. I kind of learned the hard way. So, apologies for that. It wasn't how I intend to do things. I think we lost a couple of subscribers because of it as well, which it was expected. It was me. I should have just said, look, can't deal with it at the minute, can't do it. But instead, because I didn't want to say, I didn't want to cancel the stream once we said was doing it, I went ahead and did it, and that was a mistake on my part. But that won't happen again. I know better than anyone that I've got to be more honest with myself when these things are going wrong. So, apologies for that. We are back this evening, 2 hours. We're going to continue with Dawn of Ragnarok, which has been amazing so far. If you didn't see the last stream, we're actually back in Ravensthorpe, which is a big twist I wasn't expecting. Good evening, Crazy Irishman, how are you? And good evening to the wife as well. Good evening, Kathy, how are you? Thank you for the likes, much appreciated. I just want to check sound is okay, and then we will crack on. The scheduled video... Yeah, it seems to be alright. The scheduled video is going out tomorrow 1 PM GMT for next week. With no physio, I was hoping to add more streams, but I've actually got some appointments that I've now got in the way. So, yeah, I've tried to do it as without overdoing it, but also with trying to do as much as possible, if that makes sense. I know it's a little bit contradictory of each other. So yeah, I've gave myself some evenings off. I've had to take, can't do Thursday because I've got an appointment phone call, and instead of being an exact time, they're giving me a 4-hour slot, 9 AM to 1 PM. You know, you couldn't get more random stretch of time than that, can you? Which is frustrating. Because if I knew the exact time, I could stream after or before, depending. But no, I've got a 4-hour slot. It could happen any time. But there we go. We're going to load into our 284-hour, 13-minute and 58-second save, which I think we saved it just as we got back to Ravensthorpe. Good, glad you're good, Kathy. Yes, just as we were pulled out of that world, Svartalfheim. I'm surprised no one's really pulled me on my pronunciation of that.
These new visions of Odin trouble me. Am I alone in
there we go. We are back in Ravensthorpe.
The tales of Svartalfheim hold some other meaning. Perhaps I should warm my bones by the fire. Gather my thoughts for a moment.
So I wasn't expecting this. So this was streamed the other day, which was Thursday morning, if my days are correct. We were happily playing through the story, and we were pulled out of this dream state, this dream world we was in, as Odin, or Harvey, and we're back in Ravensthorpe. So we did have a quick, brief look at this the other day, ignore that. The quests changed slightly. So we now have the Legendary Horde, which is a new quest in Ravensthorpe. Wait for friends by the fire. And then we've also got Beyond Fear, which is reach the forest area Valka spoke of. So we'll do the Legendary Horde first and see what happens there. And then Beyond Fear, I'd assume, is afterwards. But it was a twist I wasn't expecting, which is always good when a twist is something you're not expecting. Thanks for the like, it's much appreciated. It's always nice when there's a twist that you don't expect. Okay, the rain is coming down in England, in Ravensthorpe, as you'd expect. So let's find this fire that we need to go and sit by. Waiting for friends. I'm curious of who's going to turn up. You've got to think of the friends I've always made in this journey so far. We've got friends in Ireland, friends in France, Francia, Friends in the village itself, obviously. We do have a girlfriend, although we have not seen her for a while, to be honest. She's kind of just disappeared and we don't really see her, which is a bit weird. So yeah, a bit interested to see who these friends will be. Will we see some previous characters from the main story come back, maybe? Or would it be someone completely different? I don't know. Okay, fire's just up here. I don't remember this being a fire we've gone and sat around before, either. Built the fire of your parents' 6th anniversary. Oh, wow, nice. Lovely women, St. Ives. St. Ives, I know St. Ives fairly well, to be fair. It's been a lovely day today, though, hasn't it? That's the thing. For those of you that actually leave the house, I don't, generally. So, but I've seen it looks nice outside. Yeah. Oh, I'm glad it went well, though. I'm glad you had a nice time for the 66th anniversary. Wow. Yeah, 66 years. That's incredible. Right, let's sit down. Let's see who we're going to see by the fire. Thanks for the like for those, much appreciated. Oh, okay, I've actually got some things to talk about. We've got to pick. The mason who sought renown, the king and his legacy, the consequence of Thor's folly, the miner and his calling. I suppose we start from the top.
It's over.
Wow.
How have you been?
The fire made me think of the myths and legends, Svenlog.
Would you indulge me with a tale? I would be glad to hear of Svartalfheim.
I would not tell it half as well, but his favorite was a fable, to remind us to find meaning in our deeds and not in how others think of us. Svartalfheim was not short of legendary dwarven blacksmiths. Everyone has heard of Ivaldir, Brucker, and Sindri. But this tale is of a stonemason. He lived as far south as he could, where Gulnamar meets Vanke. His workshop sat upon the shoreline. Obsessed with glory, his love of masonry had all but died. He scoured the shore, seeking precious stones washed up from other realms. Then he saw it. Something beautiful, glittering, shimmering across the water. Upon an island he had never dared travel to. He hastily built a boat, working long into the night. He set sail and found many rocks that sparkled and dazzled upon the island. He cried out in joy. To craft anything from such stones, he would be remembered for all time. Then he felt a sudden sting on his foot. Then another, and another. His eyes adjusted to the dark. So consumed was he by his desire for renown, he failed to realize he had walked into a nest of snakes, until it was already too late. And so, clutching the stone that sealed his fate, there he died. Remembered, yes, but only for his folly.
A fine tale, Toby, and well told. Sven would be proud.
Well, that was a tale and a half. I was hoping for a happy ending. That definitely wasn't that. Your dad would say you get less for murder. I say that to my half all the time, to be fair. It's very true. Nice to see Tove again. And an interesting story. I suppose, because I'm assuming these stories are probably linked to Viking mythology. So they have a meaning. And I would assume that one was about being too engrossed in your desire and not realising what's around you, hence walking into a pit of snakes while trying to retrieve a shiny stone that you can make something from. That's my kind of understanding. So I'm assuming all four of these, I know one's missing, we've just done one, will be stories. So it'll be interesting to see kind of the narrative that goes on there. And who we're going to see next. The king and his legacy.
You and Bridget well?
Of course.
The blacksmith gunner.
The flames soothe my mind, as do the tales told here.
You'll have one to share, Gunnar. The legend of Svartalfheim.
Aye, a story of a king who could not see the wood for the trees. Ragnarok, greatest of dwarven kings. Within his palace in Gulnamar, he wanted for nothing except an heir. Ragnarok and his wife had grown old. Perhaps too old. Late one night, consumed with worry, Ragnarok walked in the shadow of his vast mountain-top palace, tears in his eyes. The great king! What ails you? A voice said. Afraid, Ragnarok saw no one. Who goes there? He replied. Then he saw who addressed him. A vast and ancient tree, perhaps almost as old as Ymir himself. Ragnarok sat upon its roots and told the tree he feared he was too old to give his subjects the legacy they deserved. The tree was so moved, it wept and offered its tears to Ragnarok. Drink, great king, it said, and your woes shall be washed away. Ragnarok observed the grass, the meadows, the leaves of the tree. His subjects' happiness could be seen in how they cared for the land. His legacy was all around him. Ragnarok felt at ease, realizing he had everything he needed, and asked that the land receive the tree's gift instead. The tree's happy tears flowed evermore, enriching the land. 9 moons passed, and a baby's cry rang through Ragnar's palace. Long would dwarves place gifts in the weeping tree's roots, in memory of Ragnar and his kindness that shaped all he touched.
All things happen when they should, old friend.
I hope so.
A nice story about Gunnar there. I was saying the first one definitely had a meaning. I suppose the only meaning I could take from that one, and you guys may think differently, but maybe sometimes you just need to take that minute to look around you before realising that what you have is plenty. If that makes sense. That's kind of my kind of message from that one. And I am only guessing they've got meanings, but that's just the way they're coming across to me. But that was kind of what I got from that. Right, the consequence of Thor's folly. Who are we going to see this time?
Eivor!
Alvis.
What's the matter? Have you been spending too much time drinking Valka's special sauces again?
I'm troubled by visions of Odin and of Svartalfheim.
Stories seem to have a really nice meaning. They do seem to have a really nice meaning, yeah.
Without invitation.
Aha! Which is how Thor flooded Svartalfheim. Thor, fast to act, but not so fast to think, would stomp and thump and fight and bump everywhere he and Mjolnir should go. One day, he fought a giant in Jotunheim with such ferocity that Thor's killing blow was felt through all 9 realms. The ground shook, mountains rose up, hills tore apart, creating canyons, and north of Svaladal, the massive lake that housed the springs of Yggdrasil split open, flooding all of Svartalfheim. The dwarf king, Hreidmar, acted swiftly. He built 3 mighty dams, preventing further damage to his realm, working alongside his beloved subjects. So surprised was one builder to see the great king working as an equal that he slipped, tumbling into the raging waters below. Without hesitation, Ragnarok leapt, once from his horse, and again from the center of the dam's lip, diving into the frightful torrent. Before the builder could even cry for help, Ragnarok was pulling him onto dry land. And so 2 giant statues were built to honor the king, one for each leap of unthinking bravery, and stood until the end of days.
Until Ragnarok.
Aye! So you see, actions ripple outward, like a stone falling into a lake. Or like Thor crushing a Jotun skull with Mjolnir.
Affecting everything, whether foretold or unknown.
I fear my tale has only worsened your concerns.
No, a good story is a lark that feeds a mind's flame. Thank you, friend.
So that one probably isn't as happy a story as it sounds. I don't know what you guys take from that one, but my meaning of that one is every reaction has a consequence, whether good or bad. Or whether, I don't know, maybe you could look at it that a bad consequence, ripping the water, the river open. A bad consequence is actually turned into a good consequence. I don't know. I'm kind of in two minds of that one, to be fair. It's kind of an odd one. Right, we have one more left. We've had 3 of these stories so far, 1 to go. The Miner and his Calling, who we're about to see.
I hear you
Look
see
who it is.
tales of Svartalfheim.
Good evening, Lisa. How are you?
Not alone in your glimpses of the Aesir.
You have seen them too.
No. Only the power the visions hold, and their effect on those once held dear.
You speak of Sigurd.
Do you want my tale or not? There was a dwarven miner who cared only for his work. Mining was all he knew, all he wanted to know, and all he would ever know. One day, he heard a strange noise. All his long life, working in the northern mines of Vangrim, he had never known a boulder. The squeak. He ignored it at first. But as the hours passed, the squeaking continued relentlessly. When the miner could take no more, he split the boulder apart with his pick, and then he saw a squirrel. Until now, pinned by the boulder, afraid and tired, the freed squirrel climbed into the miner's long beard and slept for 3 days. When the dwarf awoke the next day, he found fruit and nuts waiting for him. A gift from the squirrel, the first the miner had ever received. Finally, the miner had a friend. The squirrel led the dwarf to a stone hill within a lake. There, the dwarf ate fish for supper, while the squirrel played in the trees. One night, watching his fishing line, the dwarf drifted off to sleep, smiling, enjoying the happy squeaks of his friend above. When the sun rose, its light did not find the dwarf, for he had turned to stone, his short-lived bliss captured evermore.
The squirrel?
It never left his side, hoping his friend would awaken, just as the miner had waited for the squirrel to do the same.
Sigurd is not lost to us.
I'm pretty sure I said it, but good evening, Lisa, if I didn't. I'm well, thank you. I hope you're well as well. I'm not 100% sure the meaning of that one. Nice to see Ramsey again, though.
In every great story, there's truth to be found. I wonder what could be found in Svartalfheim.
Oh. There's something more to that, then. So, if you didn't just see, in the right-hand side, we just gained 4 maps. A location for each of their tales. So let's have a quick look at them. But I'm assuming these are in Svartalfheim, so... I know I've got too much stuff in my inventory. It's because I don't sell anything or get rid of anything. It's a pain in the butt. I should really get rid of stuff, shouldn't I? Right, so 4 tails. No, they're the Gafulsi tails. No, Gafulsi. I know I don't get rid of anything. It's now annoying me because now I've got to find all where they all are. Right at the bottom, probably. No, my luck. There's the keys that we gained a little while ago. Ah, there we go. They're in the treasure hoard maps. So we have the map of Tove's Tail. So these are 4 maps then of 4 places in Svartalfheim that we're going to find 4 treasures. Map of Randvi's Tail. But I don't quite know what Randvi's Tail was trying to tell us. The power of friendship. That's not a bad shout. That isn't a bad shout. I couldn't quite grasp it. But yeah, no, actually, you could be right with that one. So I know where that one is. That's at the dam. We've been there once. I know exactly where that is. I think you're right. Power of friendship probably for the last one then. There we go. So that's the 4 tails done, and that's that quest finished. So I'm assuming the next quest we need to go for is we're going to go to Valhalla again. Now we've had the tails. Now we have the treasure maps. We have to go and see Valhalla, and I'm assuming we'll be sent back to Svartalfheim. That's kind of my only thinking. It seems kind of like the only thing we can do now to go back. Reading stories of heroic deeds will inspire new boasts that you can use in the arena. We haven't actually been to the arena yet. That's something we never quite got to. It's something we kind of need to have a look at, don't we? The 4 very interesting stories telling you 4 different, completely different things, really. Okay. Are we miles away? I've not actually looked to how far away we are from this. No, we're not that far away. I thought it was miles away, and I was probably better off going by boat or something. But no, we actually are quite near. There's a fire there, so I'm assuming that's where we're heading. Okay, simple. Interrupt the fire, Valhalla hopefully will appear, and hopefully we head back to Svartalfheim then. Here she is.
I will tie your hands now.
Why is she tying her hands?
What purpose will that serve?
You are too much the warrior, Eivor. You will not recognize your fear until you are helpless before it. Drink.
I do think the close-up shots graphically are incredible. The marks, the little furrows in the skin.
Back. Is that all? You mean to leave me here? Valka, this is... Why must I be tied?
I wonder if his fear could be to be helpless.
Valka?
Oh, your details are incredible, aren't they? It's come so far.
Untie me! The wolf is coming and I cannot reach my weapon! Valka! Valka!
Wow. But yeah, you couldn't imagine, you know, 15 years ago, maybe even more than that, 20 years ago, you couldn't imagine the games we played back then and now.
So many. Where did they
The
come from?
graphical difference is incredible. Right, we can untie ourselves now. I know, we'll try. Although, I was going to say, you couldn't do it a minute ago.
Tighter the bonds become. There must be a trick to this. What did Valka say?
See the walls.
Be still.
Okay, now it says free yourself. You can see the fear, yeah, you can. You can see everything.
The bonds are loosening. Free. Now for the reckoning.
Oh, in terms of weapon, if you missed the last stream, the actual weapon we've now got is the fang of Loki's son. It's a dagger. It's something we've not used in game before. We've used different weapons: axe, hammer, big axe. I think we vaguely used a spear, but not for very long. What else have we used? That might be about it. I don't think we've really used a dagger before, so this is a new one for us. I'm assuming I'm doing this the right way. It says face with fear, and all I'm doing is killing wolves. Or should I allow myself to get bitten, maybe? Like that.
Like fighting a river.
It says face with fear, so I just wonder if we should be actually letting ourselves get hurt. Because his fear is obviously, well, it's wolves. Which was, if you remember at the start of the main game, he was either wolf-kissed, wasn't he? Because he was bitten by a wolf when he was a boy. Nothing seems to be... I suppose it's getting daylight now, but it's not... Nothing's really changing. I know we have. I think they made a really weird noise then, so I'm assuming we were getting somewhere. Fang of the Fenris Wolf. Let's have a look. I can't remember what it's called, to be fair. It is Fenris Incisor. The mythical dagger. We got it from Svartalfheim. And just because we were trying to use weapons we gained from the DLC, I thought we'd use it. But also the fact we've not really used the dagger. It is incredibly quick. Are we done? No, there's more. Still more. So you try a different weapon. Still more. That's what makes me wonder if we should be, for facing our fear, are we just constantly fighting the wolves? Should we be heading to where they come from? No, I want to get into the fog and can't see anything. Oh. What happened there? Something changed. I think I may have gone too far. It does feel like I'm doing something wrong. It just feels like we shouldn't be necessarily fighting back. But it feels so alien not to. Let the wolf bite you, that's what I'm thinking. I think you're right, there's something else to do, isn't there? Ah! Valka did say stand still. So I'm not fighting back. We're actually not losing any health, strangely. I am wondering where I should be fighting. I don't know, I'm in two minds. We've killed no end of them. And now we're not fighting back. Okay, not fighting back doesn't seem to be doing anything either though, which is really weird. But yeah, I don't know who's going to kill either, Kathy. I thought not fighting back may be the way to do it, but that's a weird one, isn't it? Okay, I've kind of lost where the fire is, to be honest, as well. Ah, what's this one? This has a dot on it. So this is the wolf that hurt Ivor when he was a child.
Curse you! Die! No more will you stalk me!
Although it's still not down. That is it. So we had to wait until the wolf that bit him as a child appeared, by the looks of things.
I'm ready, Valka. It is time.
I think we're now heading back to Svartalfheim. That was very weird. I don't know if we just killed enough of them, or it took enough time, or it was the fact we stopped killing that made that work, or carry on. But something worked, so we'll take it. So depending on the main story, we've got 4 treasure maps to look for as well. Lots of stuff still to do in Svartalfheim, it's nowhere near over. Suter and I, we crossed blades once, back when there was nothing at stake but our pride. Of course, one day, he and I must fight again. I do not know when, nor why. Only that it will happen, and when it does, you must stand well clear. I will not risk my most beloved child getting caught in that fray. Odin speaking to the adult boulder. Now, I don't want to spoil anything for anyone. If you haven't seen the last stream, you may have missed what actually happened. We had to go and rescue Boulder, but he had been tortured and actually died because they fed him mistletoe, from what I remember. So I would assume the story will continue about Javi's reaction to that. So if you weren't aware, this is probably why he may react badly.
Even after all these eternities away, I still hate the place. Yet it offers me the hope of revenge. Sweetest of morsels. The realm is changed. But this is not Sutra's doing. It is something more. I must find Broker and Ivaldi. They'd better still have my Salakar nice and safe.
So the reason he wants revenge is because of what happened to his son. If you weren't aware of what happened to his son, the reason for revenge wouldn't be clear. So where are we on the map right now? We are in the wake-up point. We haven't spent much time here, to be fair. Quest-wise, we're heading back to the shelter over here. Before we do that, we can go to one of the treasure maps, because one of the treasure maps is up here. Strangely enough, we've actually got a few things nearby to clear as well. That's the Valkyrie we've still not been to. We've got a one of the leaders of the Jotun who are killing off the dwarfs. That's their camp. We've got an artifact of mystery up here. We know there's a treasure map there. That's one I definitely know where it is. And obviously we have to head down here. We can fast travel. But I think, let's have a look at some of these other things along the way. I think makes sense. I know there's stuff here as well. But that's... I'm in two minds. Do we... I kind of want to do the Valkyrie as well. Quest-wise, it is the Reckoning. Only a god can kill a god. That kind of feels like we are getting towards the end, maybe. So I wonder, maybe we do the mystery, we head back north, and then we head this way, clear those. Treasure, artifact, base, and then maybe fast travel there. I know we've still got the Valkyrie to do. We just have never really been close enough to do it. This mystery looks to be on the bridge as well, strangely enough. And the powers we have the power of the Svartalfheim, which is so we can walk on lava and fire. And we have the Jotun power, teleportation, and assassinations when you shoot a bow at them and you teleport towards them. They're the two that I've found the most useful. The power of the Raven has been fantastic for flying, I think. You know, it's a brilliant thing to do, but I don't think it's that useful compared to those two. And since we can only have two, I think those are the two that should stay. You think that sounds like a plan? Good? There's still probably lots of things on this map we've still not even seen yet. We've got 3 other treasure maps we've got to figure out where they mean for us to go. Now we've got one of the metal boars just ahead. They're the ones we saw originally. There's someone riding it. There's someone riding one. I haven't seen that before. I've not seen someone ride. That's not one of the metal boars I was thinking, was it?
Obey your master or I'll melt you into a sword, you bastard!
It can't be. Golemworthy?
I think this is the mystery.
Nothing but scrap metal that...
I think this is the mystery. This is the mystery. I'm pretty sure. I'm out of arrows, annoyingly. I've only got my dagger. We have got powers I keep forgetting to use, to be fair. Should have thrown that back, really. Bit of electricity on there.
You stand no chance against my mighty boar.
That is a warrior boar and a half, isn't it? I always forget we can throw them back, but I just forget the timing.
Yeah, run away.
There we go.
There, Golemworthy. You're all right. You're all right. I'm here now.
So Golemworthy is the name of the boar.
I'm in need of your aid. Come, old friend. I am your master now.
Oh wow. Okay. I haven't used a horse or anything in this whole DLC. Mainly because I haven't gone to a stable to change to one of the DLC ones. But instead of that, we have gained this almighty boar. How cool is that? Okay. Definitely wasn't expecting that, but that's mystery solved. So we might as well ride the boar while it's with us, since it is now ours. I like the fact that we've earned it, compared to just buying it. Right, there are some Jotun here as well. I don't know if this fights. I've got a feeling it doesn't. I kind of want to test it out on the Jotun though. No, I don't think the boar does fight, does it? No, it's the usual thing. The animals, for some reason, don't actually fight that you ride. Which, I suppose is a misstep in one way. But I wanted to fight just to see if it did. That dagger is so quick. Right, I'm assuming I can call the boar now. So let's just test this out. So if I call my horse, it is the boar that comes running. Good evening, Ezekiel. How are you? So the boar comes running whenever we call our horse now. That's a nice mount to have gained. And we didn't have to buy it, which is even better. More enemy. I just wish the boar and the other animals that you can use fight back. You'd think that kind of animal would fight. So it's a little bit of a let off, not a let off's the wrong word. It's a little bit, I suppose, what's the word I'm after? It's a shame that they don't. I think it kind of loses some of the benefit of having animals like that. Okay, he does do some incredible kills with that dagger. Okay, so this is where we're heading for the wealth and the artifact. I've got no arrows left.
This place is
So
heavy.
we are just going to have to walk in. The wealth is on one of the big Jotuns. Trying to do my powers. There we go. Power of electricity, I think, is brilliant. Wealth has been collected. I need some arrows desperately, since I'm so used to using them, and I have none. There's meant to be an artifact here as well. We'll have to find that in a second. As the wife says, we have a letdown, anticlimactic. No, it is, and I think that's the same with all the animals, because I know you can ride a lynx. That was one of the animals, I think it was the island, I think the lynx was. Got to get these guys down. I've got no arrows. Come here. Yeah, you could ride a lynx. We've got arrows again now. There is one person who was trying to kill me. There he is. There we go. But he didn't fight back, and it kind of was a bit of a letdown that he doesn't fight back, because you would expect the animals like that to do so. You can understand a horse not fighting back, but out of all the different animals you can have, a horse you can understand completely. It wouldn't fight back. It may kick, but even then, you've got to be ahead of someone. They've got to be behind you. But the lynx, I think I've seen a wolf, a bear, now the boar. They should all be able to fight in some degree. It should be pretty easy to implement too, with a certain amount of fight. Yeah, exactly, Lisa. I think that's a misstep, and I think that's something they could have done better. Okay, I think the artifact is above us. There is an enemy up here. I've got 3 arrows. Do you know what? I don't want to waste the power, do I really? There we go. My arrow's back from him. Okay, and this is what we were after. Artifact gained.
That dwarf spoke of such.
This looks like it's a grave. Why does that's a grave? So I would assume it's a site of significance. I'm just thinking of the treasure maps. Was there anything in the treasure maps that may have hinted at that kind of thing? Because obviously we don't know where they all are. I know where one is definitely, but I don't know where they all are. So let's have a quick check. It just comes across as something that's quite a significant thing to find out in the wild. And I know it had an artifact on it, but you just never know. Tove's Tale. Island in the middle of water. Try and remember that one. Yeah, it does definitely look like a grave of a soldier or something. That's the one we're heading for in a minute. I know where that is. So island in water. Hill or mountain or volcano in the middle of water. I think that's water there as well. So 2 things in water. One below. I know where that castle is actually. Gunner's Tail. It's a tree. So I roughly know where I think that one is. So the one we're going to head for once we've cleared these 3 things here is here at the dam. I believe Gunner's one. Where is it? There's a big tower. It's not there. I've kind of lost where it was. We've been to it previously. And I can't remember where it was now. But there's a big palace. We had to go there for a mission. For a quest. I've got no clue where it is now. Or is it here, mate? It might be. No, I don't think it is there. Oh, we'll find it again. It's not an issue. But that's the second one. There's 2 surrounded by water. And so one is where this artifact is, I think. I think that's one of them, I would say. And the other one was a small island off the water. So it's going to be this one here, possibly. There's going to be, I think one might be there. Or even there, maybe. So there's, yeah, I think we know where 3 of them are. The 4th, I can't remember where the place is. We have to find it. But let's head back. We're gonna head there next anyway. Deal with this guy who's been killing off the dwarfs. But yeah, that's an incredible find. It's a small helmet, which makes you think it's a dwarf burial site. That's the only thing I can think of. There's nothing else. You'd expect something to read, maybe, to tell you about what it is, but nothing I can see. Just an interesting thing they've added, really. I like all them little details that you find by exploring, and alright, there was an artifact there, so you would have gone there anyway. But I just think all the little details you find in these little places, they just offer so much. And sometimes you do try and think of an extra meaning behind them, and maybe there isn't one. Maybe it is what it is. But there are times they do have these extra meanings. Now, I should probably use the mount to speed things up, but now it's annoyed me that he doesn't fight. It's kind of a bit pointless. And I've always said all the way along, if we ride around, you kind of miss details. I like to see the details. Okay, so we are heading straight ahead. We're actually nearly there, to be fair. And this is one of the leaders that is killing dwarfs and torturing them. We were given this location when we saved 2 dwarfs previously. We'll just grab these. I think we've got plenty, actually, but I've just earned a trophy. A picture of Grace. I don't know what it's for. Let me just check. Picture of Grace. There's a problem I've having with trophies with Valhalla, because I upgraded for free to the PS5 version. I found a few issues with that, where the trophies don't always sync across. And because they don't sync across perfectly, there are times when it's given me trophies I've earned previously. So then I have to manually check. No. So the trophy that just came up wasn't nothing to do with the DLC. It was to do with the game previously that we've already gained the platinum for. But I've found, since I upgraded to PS5 version, the trophies don't sync correctly if you've already played the game on PS4. Some other games like Dirt 5, they've synced perfectly, but Valhalla doesn't want to. So a lot of the trophies we achieved in the PS4 version, although it still shows in our trophy list as we've gained the platinum, we've got all the trophies, the PS5 version doesn't show them. And there's a load of wolves here. I just walked into a whole den of wolves. Oh, they're not wolves, they're Jotun. Should have guessed Jotun, shouldn't we, I suppose? Are they all Jotun or are they all wolves? Oh, the leader's here. So this is the people we're after. Fury Axe. I think we just took out the leader, to be fair. Yeah, so the dagger's really quick, but it's very, very close combat. And I'm more used to doing things at a distance. Dagger is having to be very close combat, which isn't an issue. It's just a case of getting used to it, I think. There we go, last one. I think this is the last one. Is that it? I think we need to confirm kill, don't we, before it's over, actually. There we go. So this is the leader. He went down pretty quickly, to be fair. You looking forward to seeing Dirt? Yeah, I can't think... I'm pretty sure... I think one of the first episodes of Dirt 5 on PS5 is this coming week. Tuesday, I think, will be the first one. I think. I don't know for sure without checking. But yeah, it's either Tuesday or Thursday. One of them episodes, I think, is definitely PS5 version. And there is a significant difference in graphics. Whether that comes across, I don't know. But when you're playing it, there is a significant difference. Especially when it rains and the mud changes and stuff like that. It's incredible. But even on this, I've noticed a difference in graphics. You know, just the look on the face and things. That's a graphical upgrade massively. Which is incredible. Okay, we've got another artifact and another mystery to clear here, and then we'll head across the dam. They both up there. They're going to be, aren't they? Yes.
Be my eyes.
Up there on the other side of there, there's a bridge. It's another dam, I think, isn't it? Okay, so before we start climbing and I do something silly and jump off and die, let's actually save it. Okay, so they seem to be at the top of this hill. Yeah, I enjoy it anyway, and he's really getting into it, to be fair. Obviously, my other half's not keen on him putting his voice in the video, so I'd have to do the commentary, but it's just fine. But the actual racing he does enjoy. He gets frustrated sometimes when the car doesn't do what he's expecting to do, so in the ice, when he first did an ice race, he really struggled, because he just wasn't expecting it to be, the grip to change so dramatically, and the car just, the tail end would just flick out because of the lack of grip. He wasn't expecting that. So that was a big learning curve. But once he got the hang of it, he's done really well. And his first win, he loved that first win. Okay. Can't climb up that way. But as I said all the way along, the minute he doesn't want to do it, he won't do it. You know, it's only until he gets fed up. Which I don't think he will. Okay, what are we going to see up here then? Horizon from the west. Yes, so the plan is, as it stands, and is going to be, I mentioned this in the scheduled video tomorrow as well, actually. The minute we've finished the Dawn of Ragnarok, we're then starting Forbidden West as our main playthrough. So Forbidden West is after Dawn of Ragnarok, and then we'll go back to Assassin's Creed Rogue once Forbidden West is done. But yeah, that's the plan. Forbidden West is next once we finish this. I mentioned it in the schedule video tomorrow. I just said, obviously the schedule video will show Dawn of Ragnarok during the daytime next week. But if we finish it, because I don't know how long's left, if we finish it before that, we'll just change. I can't change the schedule video, but we will just move on smoothly to Forbidden West. That's the plan. I'm looking forward to it. I've still stayed away from every spoiler there is. Right, that's the artifact. Oh, I know what this is. So we've seen many of these anvils before, and these are gifts that Loki made, and how they were made. These are little mini stories. I think these are incredible, the way they've been done. So once we get up here, we should be able to go and see what this story is. But yeah, amazingly, I've managed to stay away from all spoilers and everything. So I'm going in completely blind. I'm surprised I've managed to survive this long without seeing something accidentally. Good. I'm looking forward to it as well. I think it's going to be incredible. Okay, so where is this? This is below us, I think. Because I think that's the forge. Yeah, it's just straight below us here. So if you haven't seen any of these before, these are little mini stories.
This is a place of great power. Here was forged the hammer, to which all other hammers must yield.
So this is where Mjolnir was forged, I would guess. We've seen the golden hair. We've seen Gjunga and where that was forged. We've seen a couple other things as well. I think the boat we throw in the water now to expand, we've seen where that was made. So this is another heroic, mythical tale, I suppose you call them. There's also an opal to collect. There we go. Okay, let's see the story behind this. We enjoyed the excellent sequel. I'm only hearing good things. That's the only thing I've heard is good things, without spoiling any of it, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I've not heard anyone say anything bad about it, to be fair. Which is incredible. And I'm just looking forward to the story continuing, to be honest. Right, let's have a quick look at this.
Broker and Sindri had made two gifts that outshone the works of the sons of Ivaldi. Now they meant to make their masterpiece. Mjolnir, Giant's Bane, a hammer that could level mountains, that never missed its mark when thrown, and always returned to the hand of its owner. A third time they set about the forge. It had to be kept at exactly the right temperature for their work to be perfect. And yet again, Loki visited as a fly. So desperate to make Broker fail, he bit the dwarf's eye harder than any fly had ever bitten before. This time, he did not fail. The hammer was flawed, the handle a fraction too short. Yet even so, we judged the work of Sindri and Broker superior. Loki lost his bet, and his head was forfeit. Few would have mourned the death of Loki. But of course, the trickster found a way to go back on his word. A tale for another time, perhaps.
That's another mystery done. That is the mythical memory completed of Mjolnir. I can't say it correctly. I know I can't. That's something that I think the DLC has been incredible for these mythical memories. I think to explain some of the weapons that we know through the mythical side of the Vikings, I think has been incredible. And yeah, I have some issues with the DLC. Nothing major, nothing game breaking. My issues are more little things that probably could have been done a little bit better. But some of the stuff they've done right is that attention to detail. I think the attention to detail and the little mini stories within a story are incredible. And as someone that likes to play games for the story that is told, for me that's the big thing. And it's definitely something they've done well for. I can understand now why it was a separate DLC, not including the season pass, because I think the story far exceeds anything else we've done so far. In terms of DLC, I say that. Ireland and France. Okay, we need to get down from here. We are heading across to where that lightning was actually just coming from. I don't obviously want to die doing this, and I've got a feeling if I'm not careful I'm going to. Let's get down. We're going to head for the dam. We know this is one of the treasure locations from the stories by the fire. So we're going to head there first, and then we're going to head to the second location, which is also an artifact, and then we should be able to move on with the main story and find out what is next when we meet with Brocker. It sounds like time has passed though. So when he was saying when we got back into Svartalfheim, he was saying that the land has changed and that don't do that. Oh, I thought I was going to die. I really thought I was going to die then. Let's get down. Nicely does it. Yeah, he said the land had changed, and they hope they kept the Salakar safe. So how long has passed? That's the big question. That's what I was going to say to you, Lisa. So I take it you finished it then, and you enjoyed it. How long would you say it is? Just out of curiosity. Because I've not heard any estimations of length. Now, I'm not expecting 200 odd hours like we've got with Valhalla. But yeah, no one's really estimated length at all, from what I've seen. Not that I've looked massively. But normally that's one of the big complaints you see of most games, it's too short, it's not long enough. Or in some cases, it's too long. You hear that said a few times as well. But I've not heard anything about Forbidden West, strangely. Okay, I thought we got down, but obviously we're still high up. I would love just to jump off the side, but I think we can land actually. If we do a power move or an R2 attack, I think we can survive a jump. Let's find out. There we go. We lost a bit of health. I knew we could, to a degree. It's not Odyssey, we can't just jump everywhere, can we? About the same as the first. Oh, really? Okay, nice. Oh, that's a good length then. Yeah, it's just something I'd not heard anyone really talk too much about, and I was curious to just the rough length of it. To be fair, we can actually pick up some of these golden raspberries as we walk past. The health we lost with the jump. Right, we are, I believe, close. No, we're not. Miles away. Okay, let's call the boar. I wasn't going to, but I think we're going to take forever to get there if we're not careful. Where is he? Let's go. Good evening, gaming. How are you? Still trying to look around in case of stuff we haven't seen or been near. We haven't done much in this area anyway. But you never know what you're going to miss if you go too quickly, which is why I don't generally like riding. But I'm fully aware this will take forever to get to the dam otherwise. So, the dam is there. Can we squeeze through the gap? We can indeed. We need to be at the top of the dam anyway, I think, for where this is. Somewhere in the middle of the dam. That's all we know from the little picture we have. The Detroit stream, that starts next week. It's only because I did the schedule before we started talking about it. I didn't want to change what we'd already had planned, so the schedule tomorrow will have it as planned for next week. So yeah, the Detroit stream is next weekend, next Saturday. You got 4 more trophies left to Platinum Horizon. Nice. Definitely getting there then, aren't you? Okay. Now, I'm pretty sure this map, although we can have a quick look at the map, had this treasure in the middle of the dam. We'll just double check. I'm pretty sure it was. I know, my inventory is massive. I should have sold some stuff at some point. A lot of stuff. There we go. So that's Tove's. This is it. So it looks to be, I think it's a bit lower down than we are actually. It's between the 2 pillars in the middle. I know that's not really a massive help. It's a little bit, probably a little bit vague. So I'm thinking it's around there, number 2. That's my kind of thinking. Between the 2 pillars? Or maybe even further down than that. That's kind of my rough guesstimation, the way we need to look. Take it you've enjoyed all the way through as well then, gaming. I know you've said previously you've been enjoying it. Okay, let's have a look. What I'll do, I think, is let's see if we can climb up first. If we can climb up, we'll check above us. Just make sure we haven't missed anything. But I do think it's below us. So, that's this bit. It was between 2 towers, wasn't it? So I think it's down here somewhere. Normally the treasure maps don't bother me, but because we did a quest and achieved these, I kind of want to know what they give you. Just because it could be anything. Okay, so if we fly slightly out, we're slightly out and then turn back on ourselves. I'm thinking we may be at a decent look. Oh, we're still too close. I want to see if we can roughly figure out where we're heading. The map is a bit vague, to be fair. You enjoyed it, just last trophies are annoying. Are they just grindy kind of trophies? Oh, you have to upgrade some weapons, it takes a while. Okay. Right, so I'm thinking it doesn't help us with the map, does it? Because that looks completely different to the map. Or is it there? Is it right at the bottom, maybe? We were here before. We had to fight someone as a quest here. And whenever we went near the entrance, it would kind of draw our power out of us, which was really weird. Could also be on this bit here, to be fair. Where the spinning cogs are, maybe. Oh, really just grinding trophies. Okay. So it could be where the cogs are. Okay, I think we do need to drop down and just have a look. I'm just curious to what these treasures are, just because they're part of a quest. Upgrade system is a little too much for any game. Oh, is it really? Okay. That's something to be aware of then. Okay, you drop down. I'm assuming you're asking gaming, aren't you? Okay, so that doesn't seem to be anything there. I've got a feeling it's right at the bottom. Whatever it is, I think is at the bottom. Let's have another look. I've got loads of different markers over the same bit, haven't I, just to try and find this thing. You're 60 hours in. That's not bad, actually. I always think if you can play a game and you kind of work out the price of the game, the hours played, if it's around roughly £1 an hour, I kind of think that's a decent thing. Right, that's where we're looking for. So it's not at the bottom. I've got a feeling we're at the wrong one. You know, there's more than one dam, isn't there? If we have a look on the map, zoom out a little bit. There is a dam here as well. I think we're at the wrong dam. I think that's the dam we want to go to. I think I got the wrong one. Yeah, I think we're at the wrong dam. Because you haven't got the two people. So on the actual map, it's above the door below. Yeah, I think we've got the wrong dam though, Crazy Irishman. Thank you for the like, it was much appreciated. We have a quick look at the map again, and I'll show you my reasoning. There's two people. Two statues. The dam we're on doesn't have statues. So you've got the two there with the middle point, and then if you look at ours, there's no statues. But if you go to this dam over here, there are two statues. Makes me think we're at the wrong dam. I think it's this dam instead. This one doesn't seem to have the statues either, so I think it's this dam. And it's somewhere in the middle there, is my thinking. Which we do think there's one here as well where the artifact is as well, so we can always try that one anyway. It means we'll have to come back to that. But yeah, I think it's a complete wrong one. Unless anyone can see something I can't. Just because there's no statues here. Yeah, I'm the one with the gears. You think it's the one that's... Yeah. That's the only thing I can see that's kind of a bit weird to where we are. So I think we are at the wrong one. Now, I need to find a way out of here, don't I? I don't really want to jump. Can I climb back up? Probably not because of all the ice. I don't know, let's have a look. No. Okay. Oh, I'm pretty sure I can't find a way down without dying, which might happen. Yeah, there we go. I knew I might die doing that. I was trying to jump down and do the R2 move. And that enables you to actually jump like that. We'll go to the autosave point 2 minutes after the manual save. I think I know where it's going to put us, to be fair. What I should have done is just go fast travel, shouldn't I, really? That would have made sense. But yeah, I think I picked the wrong one. So we've just finished this. This was the mystery that we did. To be fair, we didn't find anything else there. So we've got a choice. We can either head this way to find it, and then we can fast travel here and head north to clear those two. I'm kind of in that mood that I now want to find it. So I think let's travel to the dam. Let's see if we can find it. What I may even do actually is fast travel to there and find it from there. Then we'll probably go to this fast travel point, head north, do these two. Should be a treasure there as well. And then we'll head to the shelter. I think that's probably the quickest, easiest way. And because I messed up which dam it was, I kind of want to do it to get the right one this time. Just so I can, you know, get it out of my head then. Yeah. I don't want to be in my boat. Thank you. So the dam is there. So it's definitely not, I don't think it's at the bottom. It's about midway up, isn't it? So there will be some climbing involved, I think. Although saying that, where are my statues? Yeah, complete wrong dam, I think. But now I'm looking at it this way, I'm thinking where the statues are, though. Well, definitely the right one, aren't we? No, I've gone the wrong way. I'm looking at this dam. That's why I can't see the statues. Let's go this way, shall we? I was heading for the wrong one. I was kept looking at going, there's no statues of that one either. What's going on? I'm looking at the wrong direction. Right, let's head to the right one now. Let's actually get this right. I'm still disappointed we haven't come across a bow yet for the DLC. Okay. Come here. How'd I miss? Okay. Yeah, I'm disappointed we haven't come across an actual bow as part of the DLC. Let's just... I keep pressing that by accident. Let's speed this up a little bit and call it boring. Come on. I think go to dam and then fast all the other points. You know how some of you are. I know. Once it's in my head, I just have to then solve it. It'll annoy me forever. Okay, we're going to get this one. Then we're going to head to the other points. And in theory, we should have cleared 2 of the treasures then that way as well. I don't know how far this ball will take us, to be honest, before it says no more. Oh, okay. So this is Jotun country by the looks of things, because of the ice and the snow. Now, I'm not sure how high up we need to be. It was kind of in the middle, wasn't it, on the map? So I'm kind of thinking we need to be... We may need to climb. So I think it is roughly where them cogs are. Let's jump off and have a quick look. And we don't know what we're looking for. We don't know what it looks like. But I'm thinking that middle area right there, possibly. There's no pull up there. I'm thinking that middle area. So, roughly put a marker there. Somewhere around there is my thinking. Let's find out. But yeah, there's one statue. Statue number 2 is in the fog. It's got to be the right dam. We've looked at the other 2 dams without meaning to go to the wrong ones. And they don't have statues. So we should be in the right place. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. It is the climbing that is slowing us down, to be fair. Come on. So yeah, my thinking is based on how much is left. I don't know story-wise how much is left of this. I kind of feel we're coming towards the end based on what was said when we came back in. After we was in Ravensthorpe and did that bit. I've got a feeling we are probably quite close to the end of the main story. We've still got the Valkyrie bit to do, as well as the rest of the main story. But it's kind of that feeling that I think we are nearly there. Oh, I've nearly dropped down then. I think we'll start Forbidden West this week or next, depending. But it's gonna be. We may make it this week. I just don't know. It's gonna be one of the 2. I don't think it's far off, to be fair. Right, can we drop down now? I think we're safe. Very good. Okay, so is it in this bit, or I think we have to go slightly further up. 3rd time lucky. Yeah, just a bit. Okay, when we don't really know what we're looking for. I don't think it's gonna be a chest. I think it's gonna be something just in the floor that says. Maybe. Although they do like hiding things in waterfalls. There's nothing there. It's worth a check. Oh. Nothing's kind of showing up at the minute. Nothing there. You just never know where it's going to be hidden, that's the thing. So, my eyes, let's have a look where we are, and maybe it's lower than we are. I can't get any closer zoomed in, but I wonder if it's lower. Or is it higher? Nothing's clicking, which kind of tells me it might be lower. It's an interesting one. Let's have a quick look. So that's the dam. that's the height. And now the marker on the map was in the middle, wasn't it? Ah, I wonder if it's here, where that statue is. Would that be classed as the middle? Because it wasn't at the bottom, it wasn't at the top. It was kind of dead centre, wasn't it? So I wonder if it's where that statue is. That's my guess. I'm going to apologise massively if I'm wrong here. But I think that's my best guess at this point. I don't know if I can get down there though. The ice is the problem. I don't want to jump, obviously. We think where the cog is. Yeah, that's kind of my thinking. I also don't want to jump down though. Don't die. Okay, we survived. We survived. Now. It's getting the down is the problem. I don't want to jump obviously off the whole thing. Don't do that. We survived, just. Now, I'm not at the bottom of the dam. I think this was roughly where I was thinking it might be. There's still nothing here. So, yeah, I'm a little bit stumped at this point. See if we can get a decent visual. Problem is, we're too close, that's the problem. Oh, maybe it's lower than we actually are. Because you've got some blocks just there. We're roughly here. We did look around this area and couldn't find it. We know there's an opal up there, opal over there. They're not a massive issue. And on the map, I'm now determined. We've got to find this. Power of the ice people. Well, yeah, I did wonder that actually. If there was something that we could use. You're thinking teleportation, aren't you? I did consider. I just haven't seen a location. You kind of need to look for one of those dream catchers, I would call them. So that's the map. That's what it's telling us. 2 statues either side. We're in the right place for that. It's got an entrance one at the bottom, and it's above that. Are we too low though? And if we are, because that would put me entrance one at the bottom's there. That's the bridge it shows you. That's the entrance at the bottom. So we're either in the right place, or are we a little bit too high maybe? Or is it back up here? It's kind of a bit hard to tell, isn't it? See them, is it there? Is it up there? I don't think it's up there. I think it's too high. I thought we was in the right place where we are, but I wonder if it's maybe a bit lower. There's nothing obviously showing us where it is. That's the other issue. So once I get down, I've got to climb all the way back up. It's definitely not in this bit, from what I can tell. We did look all the way around here. We used their ascents, and we couldn't find anything here. So my only thing is got to be below us. It's my only kind of clue. Unless we can see a teleportation point, which I can't. And normally they shine white as well when you're looking around. They will shine. But currently there was nothing shining. There's no noise, no clicking. This is making me wonder if we're slightly too high still. Apologies if this is a bit boring to watch. I'm determined we're going to find this. It's one of those, once it's in my head, I just want to find it. Although I think I may come a bit unstuck here. Because I'm now when it's stuck on the ice. Oh, it's allowing me down. Feel like we're going too low now though. 2 notches on either side. jump across. So what would the 2 notches be? There's definitely nothing here, is there? Nothing's showing up. Interesting. He's not going to climb any higher than that, is he, because of the ice? I suppose this is where Power of the Raven probably comes in handy, because you can get to some of these places you can't get to just by climbing. Which is obviously going to cause me an issue, because we haven't used it. Is it maybe that gap in the middle there, then? Saying 2 notches either side. So is it that gap in the middle up there? I'm going to be relieved when we finally find this. Nope, not there. Okay. We have a choice. We can keep trying to find this, or we can move on and come back another time. Only because I've no clue. There's nothing showing up. I thought it would be fairly simple, and because we don't know what we're quite looking for, whereas the other one is in the middle of an island with an artifact, so there is a chance we already know what we'll find out what we're looking for, may give us an indication of what it's going to be here. I can't think where else it could be here. Even there's notches either side. There's definitely nothing obvious. That's where the water comes down. So either it's something really obvious and I can't see it, or we'll be better off finding out what it possibly looks like. Maybe. How high up are we from them guys? Still a fair distance. What do you guys think? That's the entrance way, which we know is too low, I think. I think if we head to the small island, at least it will give us an indication what we're actually looking for. Because that's the other issue, is not knowing what we're actually looking for in terms of chest. Just the thing you're looking for, a marker in the floor. That's only as long as I'm right about the other one as well, to be fair. Okay. Thank you for the like, that was much appreciated. Wrong button. Let's go. I know there's a mini wealth there. To here, and ride north. Yeah. I think that's our only way. We could be there for hours trying to look for something we don't know what it looks like. It could be anything for all we know. I've got a feeling it's one of those ones going to say dig, and it's just a little indication when you get there and that's it. So if that's the case, that's going to be a nightmare. Okay, where is my jump off point before I kill myself? It's alright, I haven't. This is a bonus. So, we're going to head, there's 2 things to do here. We are going to continue the story shortly in a minute as well. So, the 2 things we're going to do, we are going to ride the boar, just to try and get here quickly. We're going to go here, take that base out, that person that's been killing the dwarfs. We're going to head here for the artifact. I believe this is also another treasure. Unless I'm horrendously wrong again. I suppose we're about to find out, aren't we? And then we'll fast travel to the shelter and see what the main story has to offer. We have got... Oh, it's from the metal boars. I don't think it's going to chase me. We've got... just over half an hour, we'll be fine. I'm ignoring the metal boar. I don't think it's going to catch us. There's a path here. Here we go. Is he still chasing us? It's still chasing us. I'm definitely persistent. I didn't think it would keep chasing us, to be fair. How many arrows have I got? 10. Why would he fire? That's weird. I can't fire from on top of the ball. Normally, riding the horse you can fire. Ball I can't fire at. It's a bit weird. Does that ball run off as well? Probably has, hasn't it? Yeah, weird we couldn't fire from that. Come on, where are you? I did call it, I don't know where it is though. Oh, there it is. Come on, I'm gonna beat you there, boys. Thank you. I don't really want to be fighting all these wolves and things, I'm gonna need to. Okay. So this should be just ahead of us. Right, a little bit more ahead. We know where the artifact is, that's fine. Okay, so they're just over here. We'll deal with these. These should be Jotun, I assume. They have all been Jotun so far. And we're looking for that little island. They're wolves again. So these will be Jotun disguised as wolves.
His men have no idea.
Take them all down. I've just taken one out already. Oh, these aren't wolves, these are lynxes. Completely got that wrong, didn't I, with the lynxes? These are the ones I can't stand, because they jump on your back. And the minute they're on your back, you're in trouble. You can roll to get them off. Other than that, they just drain your health. We have actually dealt with the one we needed to. We need to confirm kill. Which isn't going to happen with the others around. Right, have they all gone? I think they have. So that one's easy enough. There's another one dealt with. I was waiting to confirm that one. Suttlinger's Outrider eliminated. Greiger has been eliminated. Who's seeing me now? Oh, more links. I'm ignoring the links. Oh, we've got Jotun armour. So we're currently wearing the Dwarven armour. Let's have a quick look at that. So we just found a new piece of armour. Now we're currently wearing the Dwarven blacksmith stuff, mixed with Fire Giant. But we've just picked up the Jotun armour. Crudely assembled from armour worn by the fallen, a stark reminder of the fate that awaits any idiot foolhardy enough to attack its wearer. It is just bits of kind of cobbled together, doesn't it? I think we'll stick to what we're wearing currently. But yeah, interesting. Right, so there should be a body of water coming up. And in that should be a little hill. Or mini volcano maybe. Something along them lines. There's an artifact there. Plus it should also be a treasure. Or I'm wrong for a second time. Highly possible. Okay, that's what we're looking for. I'm assuming there's no boat. We are going for a swim. Yep, swim it is. And hopefully this will give us an indication of what the treasure looks like that we're looking for on the dam. And the other two, to be fair. Okay. I'm assuming we have to climb up. Let's just have a quick check around. Just in case, if I climb up and there's a really easy path to follow up, that's going to be a bit annoying. There is a tent. Fisherman's tent, I suppose. What have we got here? Interact. Okay. So there's something to interact with. Titanium. I was hoping for more than that. I don't think that's the treasure. Or is it? I'm hoping it's not. The way to tell is if the treasure map's disappeared, isn't it? So, apologies while I quickly go through my whole inventory to get to the bottom. There's no way to change this or to, you know, move it to the top to make my life easier. If it's disappeared, we found it, it has. So the actual treasure was titanium, and we're looking for an interact symbol. Saying that, I've gained some shoes that didn't show up at all. They didn't say we gained any. Where did we gain them from? Jotun trousers. We must have gained them with the middle armour. Trousers and boots intended to keep the wearer warm and instill dread in any weakling who dares look upon them. They aren't the same, are they? They are different on each leg. Okay. So that is the treasure. It was as simple as an interaction with something. But there's a scene with it by the looks of things. That was a fisherman's, I want to say hidey hole, but I know hidey hole's wrong. Tent. It was night fishing, something along them lines. So that's what we're looking for on the dam. I didn't see anything like that on the dam. So that's an interesting one. So I'm kind of glad we moved on for the minute.
The dwarf will want this gemstone.
Because I don't remember seeing anything like that at the dam. Which means it's going to be a lot harder to find. It's not going to be obvious then, I don't think. Okay. We've done what we needed in this top left corner. We found the treasure at the same time. So let's keep the story moving a little bit. And let's travel to the Hodder shelter. And see what is happening with Broker. Hopefully, everything's still okay. It'd be interesting to see if they tell us how much time has passed. You know, has Javi been missing a week, 2?
Has the shelter fallen? These muspels are a plague.
Oh. There's muspels here. They weren't here when we left. That's for sure. And I've tied all the dwarfs up. All the dwarfs are captives. Trying to help you. Big guy. Bit of electricity with him. The daggers are well and good. It's very quick. I will say that, but its damage is quite low compared to what we're used to. We're used to hammers and stuff with high stun damage. We don't have that now. So Valdi's here as well. It's free of Valdi. So the muspels have got into this shelter, taken hostages, killed a few by looks like.
They came out of nowhere. Where is the Salakar? Have you lost it? Brocker left the shelter yesterday before the raid even happened. Took the Salakar with him. Where has he taken it? Since you went away, he has become erratic. The Salakar, it's all that matters to him now.
If he left before the raid, is that coincidence? Or is there something more to that?
Where? The other night, he spoke of exploring the crater of Eitri to seek out more answers. He takes the Salakar to Sutra's front door. Wait! Where have you been these past few days?
Oh, so it's days. We weren't gone for that long then.
No matter. It is where I go that matters. And where is that? Eitri? Wherever I can find vengeance. Calm yourself, Javi. Collect your wits. An eye for an eye will leave us all blind. What do I care of eyes?
Javi is just too intent on revenge for his son, isn't he? That's the problem.
Or worse.
Yeah, he's too intent on just going to help his son. Or revenge for his son, let's put it that way. But yeah, we are losing. We're struggling for damage with this. I'm thinking, can we make it divine? Is there a blacksmith here? There is. So let's see if we can upgrade it to divine status, and then hopefully that will counteract the lack of damage and stuff we're currently having an issue with. It's not an issue. As you can just tell, we can't hit as hard as we are used to doing. So, oh, we might be able to, let's upgrade the Hoover, can we? Ooh, we can. We do need to save 6 silica, because we need to hand them in. I know there's still many more raids to go. So, let's leave the Hoover for the minute, mainly because I want to do that before the Hoover upgrade, probably. Let's upgrade our Incisor, Fenrir's Incisor, because that will give us 3 upgrade spaces. So that way, hopefully, the damage will go up. We've got plenty of items to upgrade to Divine with. We'll change the look of it as well. There we go. Slight difference in look. Not worried about anything else. The boots, Dwarven breeches. Should we go Dwarven? I have been upgrading the Dwarven stuff, to be fair. To Divine. I don't think it matters as much. Can you fix this blade? Oh, we gained a new sword. Sword? Axe? He fixed it for us. Fiery War Song. The blade is thought to sing when tasting the blood of one's enemies. I'm not sure where that came from. I think, didn't we get we got a broken axe for one Cowder, I think Cowder's weapon we were using. So this one must have been someone else. We've gained a new weapon. Obviously we'll stick with Fenrir at the minute. I wanted to quickly find Fenrir. There it is. Have a proper look at its new design. Does look good. So, well, we also want to upgrade it. Hopefully this will help us. So yeah, the damage is going up, the attack is going up, stun is going up. There we go. So that's fully done. Obviously, if you compare it to Cowder's Fury, which we were using before this, its attack is still less, and yet Cowder's Fury can still be upgraded. But it's very quick because its weight. It's a lot quicker, actually. And its critical is quite high as well, interestingly. So where are we heading for the quest? Let's have a look. They were saying about Etri, and Etri is here. Now, we've been here before for little bits and pieces, and there's still lots of stuff to clear here. So let's fast travel to the fast travel point, and then see if we can head there. I feel like this is right at the end of the story. Only a god can kill a god. Kind of pushing you towards that end game.
Mead. The other now risks death by taking his job too far.
There's something about them, isn't there? Also, wasn't there another treasure map near here? I know I'm sidetracking slightly from the main quest, but I'm pretty sure one of the other treasure maps was between them 2 giant palaces. Although I could be wrong again. This is where the tree is. That's just what I was thinking. Not that one. That one. So there's a palace, a smaller palace, a walkway, a tree, but it's next to 2 paths that join into one.
I need your eyes, my friend.
I wouldn't say there's any paths here, though. That's my only issue with this. I think the logic is sound, but there's no paths, and that clearly states 2 paths that lead into one. Or is that the tree there? Oh, okay. Find and stop him. So he's in the area down there. So that's a tall one. That's smaller. It's either that tree or... I can't see another tree though, that's the thing. Or that tree, possibly. But I can't see the path. That's the only worry I've got, is that I can't see the path that goes into 1, unless you're on about maybe this area. That tree would possibly be something I think it could be. But I don't know. I should really save it, actually. Before we get too far into this, let's actually save this. Just in case I do something silly. Or the game decides to crash. One of the two. Okay. I'm thinking that tree there, if it's going to be a tree, I think it's that one. Just because how grand it looks. There is a chance it's this one, though. Lack of path is my only thing that makes me think this may be off. So we're looking for something to interact with, which I don't think there's going to be. Not this one. The one had like a mini story within it, although obviously it wasn't telling us a story, but there seemed to be more to it. That tree looks very grand and old. If not, we'll have to spend some time looking for them properly next time, and we'll just carry on the main quest, but we'll double check this one first. Could be really simple. Ah, what's this? This looks like a little scene. Ropes, bedding. Doesn't mean it is going to be here. No, nothing's interacting. It's worth a go, to be fair. Saw the ropes and got excited and thought, oh, we may have found it really quickly. Yeah, no, it could be, couldn't it? Because all the path and stuff's destroyed. So yeah, it could be anything all joined into one. What? Okay, so it's clicked over there, that's fine. Yeah. I think what we'll do, it's definitely not obvious, so rather than spend ages, let's actually do some story. We'll have to come back and have a proper look. But whatever it is, they're not obvious by the looks of things. We were thwarted by the dam earlier. I'm probably thwarted by a tree. I was pretty sure it's here as well. But it's not going to be obvious. It's fine, we'll figure it out. You know what I'm like, I won't leave it until we do find it, so we'll find them all. Although, to be fair, if the reward is titanium every time, it's a little bit of a poor reward, isn't it, really? The other thing is, we could be the wrong side. It could be a tree this side. Okay, where are we heading? We're in that middle bit there.
Guide me.
Because there's a few buildings. Because the bridge that it shows us on the map seems a bit more complete than that one. That one's a bit broken. The one on the map doesn't seem broken, does it? So I wonder if maybe this isn't the place. It's not Edtree, it's somewhere else. But again, I'm only guessing. We'll have a proper look, I think, next week. If we focus on the story at the minute and just try and do some of that today. We've done lots of exploring and clearing. We haven't really done much story this evening. Jump down. So I feel like we're right at the end of the story. Although we did do the bit in Ravensthorpe, to be fair. An old forge, blacksmiths. Don't go on the I knew he was going to do that. Thank you. Right, we're heading directly down there. Something's going to happen, isn't it? Broker is going to be doing something silly, or Sutar's going to be there. Got to be aware of time as well, but I think we're okay for a minute. Okay. We obviously would like to get a vantage point before we get too close. We just never know what we're going to come up against. I like to be prepared. I think he's still below us.
I see you, dwarf.
Ah, as I say, I'm glad he saw him because I didn't. Right, there he is. We found him. He looks injured. This is a little bit of a worry. Why can we not climb down? Okay. This feels a bit more like a trap.
Where's my Salakar?
Take it easy, it's right here, nice and safe. Wanted to investigate something, but then I tripped and...
Can you walk? No. Oh, then I shall carry you.
Oh, gentle! I hate to bleed
Okay.
sack of spuds, you know?
That is something I think that is probably overdone a little bit in this DLC. The amount of dwarfs we have to carry.
What have you learned of the Salakar?
Might
We're
just know
constantly
how to
carrying
use it.
dwarfs somewhere.
Of course, you going after Surtur, you will most likely end up feasting in Valhalla.
Valhalla is for the feeble and the blundering. No, I shall not die. Worlds may end, but I, Harvey, shall abide.
What about Sindri? You calling him feeble?
What would he be doing in... Ah, yes. Yes. He is there in Valhalla, of course. For one such as he, it is a great honor. Now then, this looks like a good place to put you down. So, tell me the Salakar's purpose.
Haven't a clue?
Can it kill Surtur?
Well, that ain't its purpose. But yeah, I think it can.
How?
It harnesses the light. A lot of light.
That was Baldur's gift. To turn day to night and back. Is that why Surtur stole his Hugr?
Yeah, the others, they're just for balance. But, see, there is one more in there. Like Baldur's. Incomplete.
Whose is this Hugr?
Surtur's. An itsy bitsy snippet, mind you.
I don't understand.
I think if the Salakar touches Surtur, the two will come together.
The Salakar's already complete. Nothing gets in or out.
A torn Hugr will always try to reunite itself. His might just be strong enough to do it. If that happens, he will become the Salakar.
Then nothing can stop him.
So the Salakar then can't be used on him, surely.
That light, but I don't think he can. His old carcass ain't made for it. It'll be like trying to hold the ocean in a single hog's bladder.
This thinking. How can I be sure you're right?
You ain't heard all me workings out.
He's got workings out, has he?
Coming together would be too much for Surtur.
Best try it when he's weak. Ideally dead. Not dead, of course. Just normal dead.
Just normal dead, not dead dead, normal.
You've done well. Now give me the Salakar and leave this place. It is too dangerous.
I ain't leaving. I come this far.
Do as you're told, friend.
It's like he's got his spell over him, hasn't it, the Salakar? Okay, we have the Salakar back. We now need to confront Surtur. This does feel like the end.
No, my destiny is the Ragnarok, far in the future. Not Svartalfheim.
That is the one big thing that he has on his side here. How he knows when he's going to die. So it's always been foretold how he will die and when. Not exact date, but Ragnarok is when he's meant to die. And obviously, we haven't had Ragnarok yet. And the DLC name is Dawn of, which tells me beginning of. So he knows he's not going to die today. Surtur, on the other hand, we don't know. But the dwarf's thinking, try it when he's dead, but not dead dead. Just normal dead. It's an interesting theory. Okay. Let's head... I'm assuming... let's just double check I'm heading in the right place for a start. Yeah, we're heading for the church by the looks of things. Which is up there. We've got... Of the original stream time, we've got about 10 minutes. Obviously, if this overlaps, we'll just run a little bit longer. If you're in the UK tonight, by the way, don't forget the clock's change. Because today is the last day of winter, officially. Spring does start officially tomorrow.
The guards here are vigilant.
So the clock's change, we go forward an hour, we lose an hour in bed, basically. For those that sleep well.
That is my pledge.
That's all he's interested in. He wants revenge for his son. That's all he wants. He doesn't care about anything else at this point. I suppose it gives him confidence. Knowing he's not going to die today should give him the confidence
No one
to run in there. He doesn't, you know, he knows it's not his time.
Dare strike down the seed of Odin and live to tell the tale.
But is his anger now taking too much of a control over him? That's the issue. Let's find out. I may regret using the dagger during this fight, depending on how much damage we do. We may even change during the fight. If the dagger is pointless, we may have to change.
Twilight comes.
Still drawing breath? I have a cure for that.
There he is, Suitor. Looks like he's ready to fight us. And oh, that was an explosion and a half there. So the lava actually follows us around. Couple of nice hits him. Can we do electricity? Seem to do some damage on him. He's taunting him about Boulder, which obviously is going to make Harvey more annoyed and more angry. Would you really want to tell a father and a god that, you know, how you killed his son and taunt him over it? I can't imagine that being the best thing to be done. I'm trying to do one of the powers on him. I just can't get close enough to do it. So saying that, we've got a lot of his health down. Okay, we are getting hurt with the explosions and lava, to be fair. Right, we did electrify him at least. We're doing a lot of damage now with that dagger. More than I was expecting to do. In fact, that's him down. That dagger suddenly had a mind of its own, so it's that strong.
Die!
Okay. That was a reaction and a half.
Hey! Give us a hand!
Because it's a bit of a wrong time to walk through the door as it's been blown off, isn't it?
This is no place for dwarves.
I've earned my right to see this through. I told you it would work. And there you are, doubting me.
I don't think he's dead. Nope. He's now sitting on his throne.
I might have got it wrong. This looks like it was just a key. That, on the other hand...
That's drawing in light.
A key. You want the rest? Come, claim it.
You really shouldn't have come here.
Okay. So it wasn't as easy as we thought.
You come and claim it.
I did wonder why the dagger was doing so much damage.
I don't run from the fire.
As he just squashed the...
Fire.
He did, didn't he? He just killed Boulder. He squashed him. Sounds really weird to say someone squashed someone else. Am I meant to be running? I think I am. Because my actual place to head to is ahead of us. Obviously I can stop and fight, but I think we're meant to get across there. But yeah, I'm pretty sure we just squashed the dwarf that was with us. It was not the nicest way to go. We did warn him though. We did tell him to leave. He chose to ignore us. I don't know how close he's behind us, to be fair. Okay, we're in the building. Keep running, don't stop, I know. But he's in the building as well. Whoa. Yeah. I think the dagger's doing a little bit less damage this time. No stamina. I think I missed with the electricity there. Alright, where is he? Whoa. Okay. Interesting. Missed the dodge there. I can actually use the power, could use power of muscles and then fire won't hurt us while the power's active. Let's try that. There we go. Now we won't be hurt by fire. We'll still be hurt by my sword. But the fire actually won't burn us anymore while the power's active. Can't dodge, we've got no stamina. So yeah, we can now walk on this lava and it's not going to do any difference to us. I want his weak points, ideally. I just hit a weak point. Power's now run out. So now we can be hurt by fire again. So we're going to try and knock this out on fire if we can help it. Definitely a lot tougher second time round. First time round wasn't that bad. This time, a little bit different. Fury axes doesn't really do anything. I'm always on fire. Right, where's the gun this time? There. We've got any other, being able to see the weak points quick enough to actually, oh there we go, we've got another weak point there. Where's his other weak point? It's on his arm, isn't it? Okay. The other weak point for a big attack is on his elbow, I think. But ideally I need to dodge and really time the dodge well, I think, to get it. Because we need to kind of freeze time. My dodges are poor at the minute. And he does like exploding, doesn't he? See if I can get one on the elbow. No. The dodge is poor. Does like to explode. We'll give it a go, try and get the elbow. Right, we're just going to try and go in close, I think. And even come towards me. My timing dodge is poor at the minute. Oh, there we go. Oh, I missed it. First time I've managed to actually get the timing down. I don't normally have an issue with timing when it comes to dodge, but today I've got no stamina again. Right, a bit of electricity on him. I'll do some damage. He'll blow himself up as he keeps doing. There we go. That's what I was after. I'm gonna have to use it. Oh, I didn't get a chance to get my skill attack in because he's on the lava. There we go. He is now defeated. Hopefully, second time of defeating him. Hopefully that's it.
So much for your grand plan, you fool.
That Sutar's sword, look at that. That is a sword and a half.
to harness the power of the light. The power of my son! Would have turned you into the wrecker of worlds. But in this feeble state, his light will devour you whole!
I did wonder if he put the sword through his head. I think he did, didn't he? So it seems that Javi got his revenge. He cut his hand. Seems to be doing something with a knife then. And there it is. The main story is finished. I wasn't expecting that. I kind of thought it was there or thereabouts. I didn't expect that though. Obviously there's still lots for us to do. We've still got all the collectibles to gain. The mysteries, I still got to finish seeing those. Still got the Valkyrie mission to do. We haven't even touched that all yet. And so there's something about an arena. And we haven't done that either. So there's still lots to do on this. But it does look like if we can get that done. Our next daytime stream is Monday morning. If we can get this cleared Monday, and there's always a high chance of doing so, it does mean Tuesday we can start Mid and West. But there's no rush. If we don't get this done during the week this week, we'll start Mid and West the week after. It's not a massive issue. But story-wise, I think the story was good. I think, you know, it's called Dawn of Ragnarok. We haven't seen Ragnarok because obviously this is Dawn of, so that tells me before Ragnarok. But if that's the ending of the main story of the Dawn of Ragnarok, that kind of leaves it open for a second DLC. But as far as I was aware, there wasn't going to be any more, because otherwise they would have done a year 2 season pass, surely. And they didn't. They did a one-off DLC. So it does leave it open, but it depends what that is going to bring forth. It kind of tells me there is more to come, but as far as I was aware, there wasn't meant to be. But I don't know. Obviously, there's still lots of things to see and do. So although the story is done, that's not what all the DLC is. There's so many other things to finish. But yeah, pretty happy. One thing I will just double check is how many hours. So we've finished the main story, we've cleared things as we've gone, but there's still lots to do. Because there was a lot of mysteries, there's a lot of artifacts, lots of things like that. We haven't got all the armor pieces, I'm pretty sure, yet either. What I wanted to check was time. So, let me just count the time for the streams and just try and work out roughly how many hours we've had to put in to finish the main story off. So, that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9... 12, 13, 16, 19 and a half, plus today 2 hours. So we're at about 21 and a half hours for main story, and I'd say quite a bit of the side stuff, although there's still a lot more to come. So 21 and a half hours currently. The DLC was £32.99 in pounds. So we're not quite at £1 an hour, depending how much the side stuff adds to it. Like I say, we've still got the Valkyrie mission to do, so there's something there as well. Maybe they'll wait to see how it does financially come in. Possibly, that's the thing. The only thing that makes me think there won't be any more for Valhalla is they will normally, if they plan to do DLCs, they do a season pass, don't they, to make it cheaper than buying them individually. Whereas there wasn't that option. It was always just a standalone. Or, unless this rumoured Basim game, maybe that has something for this as well. I don't know. It's one of those weird ones. But this, yeah, it's a very good point, Lisa. There is always that chance they're just waiting to see, and they'll just bring something else out in a few months' time. Because year 2 content, no one knew anything about until they started teasing this. We didn't know there was year 2 content. We knew about the year 1 stuff. We didn't know about year 2. So it's an interesting one. But definitely can't fault the story. I think the story is really good. You're seeing this almighty god fight on 2 fronts, the Muspels and the Jotun, and the bereavement of that he goes through in this journey, and then his revenge, I suppose, in one way. He finally, he gets payback for what happened to his son. It'd be interesting to see the character change after that, though, because just because you have revenge for something doesn't mean that's now dealt with. That's the problem. Very, very interesting. I still need to do reviews on like Assassin's Creed 2 and stuff, and I haven't got around to it. And with this as well, I kind of want to talk about DLC at some point. I'm going to skip these, mainly because we're already overrunning. Is there going to be something at the end?
I must return to the
Trophy
shelter.
achieved. Ashes of Svartalfheim. Okay, so although it says that was the end credits, we've got a new weapon, Muspel Spark at ear. It did tell us we need to head back to the shelter to tell of our achievements. Heroic Scholar is still on there. So, yeah, that said about going to the shelters to tell of his achievements. I wonder if something's going to be said when we head there. I'm not going to do it now, though. But if we look at the map, we've got 1 wealth, 1 mystery over here. We know what the mystery is. We couldn't solve it. We have to bring someone back from the dead. I think we need to upgrade the Hooger for that. There's a few raids still to do for Silica. In this area here, in Van Grin, we've got 3, 6, 9 wealths, 4 mysteries, and an artifact to clear. That's in that area. In this area, on top of the Valkyrie mission and 1 raid, we have 3, 6, 8 wealths, 2 mysteries, and 3 artifacts. And in the starting area, I've just said, haven't I? And in Etri itself, we've got another 5 wealth and 5 artifacts to finish. So it doesn't sound like a lot, actually. I thought there was a lot more left to do, but maybe there isn't. The next daytime stream is Monday morning for 3.5 to 4 hours. There is a chance we start Forbidden West Tuesday or Wednesday, depending on what happens. Obviously, this Valkyrie mission is going to be dependent on that. With these 3 treasures to find, no idea where that one is. So we'll have to figure out on Monday morning by the looks of things. We think there's another one over here actually as well, don't we? So, and yeah, there's still quite a bit still to do. So although it says the main story is over, I've got a feeling if you go back to a shelter, it may give us something more. Before we finish, let's have a quick look at this new weapon we gained. I did like the dagger by the end. Damage-wise, it kind of works in the end. So this is the weapon we just gained. This is the Muspel Spark, crafted by Dwarven blacksmith, forced to work for Sutar's forces. So this is... It's a shame we don't get Sutar's sword. Although I wouldn't use it because it would look silly on us because how big it is. I can't get this to fit in the screen enough to have a proper look at the blade. That's about the best I'm going to do, I think. Let's get down a bit. There we go. There's fire coming out the side of it. And basically, the heavy hits have a chance to set nearby enemies on fire. Interesting blade, to be honest. I'm pretty sure as well we haven't gained all the armor pieces. Because I think we're still missing some Dwarven armor. Because we still haven't got the Dwarven helmet. Or Dwarven bracers. So we're missing a couple of the Dwarven gear. I think we're missing some of the Jotun gear still as well. So I'm pretty sure there's still more to find. And yet we haven't got a bow. If we don't get a bow for the whole DLC, that's going to be disappointing. Skill wise, I've got 4 mastery points. We're not going to buy the skills because they're the ones that will... Well, we don't lose health much anyway. And I've made sure we don't use the skills that help us retain health or make them invulnerable and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, even without those on, we're taking very little damage. But it does mean we've got the skill points to max level, which is 535 power. So we can do that whenever we're ready. The Hooger Rip, we have the materials to upgrade in that at any point. There's lots of upgrades we can do. Obviously we're saving the silica for this monument down here. Wherever it's gone. There. The altar, we need to hand in 6 silica there, so that's something else we can do. And the raids will give us silica as well. Right, that is it for this evening, I'm afraid. We've overrun a little bit. But after 21.5 hours, I think I just saved it, let's double check. We have finished the main story of the DLC. It was interesting. It was one of those that I think started off slowly and slowly built up. The final battle, I would say, was... It may just because we're obviously max level, basically. We've got the best gear, we've done everything there is to offer, apart from obviously all the collecting stuff. So although the battle wasn't difficult, that could be just because of how high we are. I don't know. It kind of makes sense in my mind. I'm not going to talk about whether it's worth the money just yet, because I'm curious to see how much it takes to finish everything else, and then we'll think about was it worth it, was it not. And I want to do reviews on the games we've done. I need to sort all that out. It's just obviously time, which will happen hopefully. Maybe, your wife say good night. Thank you very much, Crazy Irishman. Thank you very much to the wife as well. Good to see you. We'll be back Monday morning for more Assassin's Creed Valhalla Dawn of Ragnarok to try and finish things off. Lisa, thank you very much. Pleasure as always. Have a good evening. Thank you very much. Yes, that is everything. That is us done for tonight. We are back Monday morning live for Dawn of Ragnarok. There is a scheduled video tomorrow, 1 PM GMT. And that is talking about next week. Including next Saturday evening, where it's a subscriber's choice. You guys run the show. And we'll be doing Detroit Become Human, which will be very interesting. I'm curious to see, one, how you guys pick the choices, and two, where it leads us will be an interesting one. So as always, thank you for the likes, the comments, the views, and the conversation. You guys are incredible. So have a good rest of your weekend, and we'll hopefully see some of you next week. Thank you all for watching. Bye-bye.